4,
It's already gone.
2, 1. Okay, guys, we've made our way over to the practice screen. Now we're going to take what we learned with the egg toss, and we're going to go ahead and implement it into an actual stroke, okay? A chipping stroke. What other part of our golf game that we just recently learned or recently tried to better ourselves at can we most use that's similar to chipping? Sand shot? No. What else?
Putting.
Putting. Thank you. Thank you. Now,
I know you're gonna have me elaborate.
Exactly, Garrett. Why putting?
Because
of, give me that one word.
Momentum. Because I know when I chip, my worst chips is when I stop.
But give me that one word that I said earlier.
From yesterday?
No, from 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago.
Momentum.
No, what else did I use? Starts with an L.
Oh, lever.
Lever.
Oh, yeah,
when we putt, right? We don't putt like this. We putt like this. Okay? We have our pendulum motion, but we generally putt like this. So when we chip, we're going to incorporate that same one lever motion. Okay. To ensure that I want to strike the ball as properly as I can, I'm always full of analogies and comparisons, guys. You guys know that by now. I compare apples and oranges constantly. Again, I'll use the example of my juniors. When they have issues chipping, I remind them to brush the grass. If I chip this way, am I brushing the grass? If I do this, am I brushing the grass? I want to brush the grass. It's not a perfect science. If you keep the lever system in the back of your mind about how you want the golf ball to initially react. If you keep the thought that you want to brush the grass, right there, you're going to be ahead of the game. Okay? We all have been doing this for some time. I don't want to spend time getting into stance and posture and all that. We can kind of do that individually as we break up. The third factor that I do want to get involved with this motion, specifically chipping, is our shafting. I find that a lot of students, middle handicap players, will get caught chipping the ball, and our hands are now set behind the ball. So when we chip, we'll have a tendency to flip at it. Okay? What I want to see where we can provide more consistent chipping across the board, which will consistently, it's been proven, improve handicaps, is instead of having our hands behind the ball, let's get our hands in front of the ball. Okay? And a good rule of thumb, if you take a stance similar to mine when I chip, your feet closer together, I like to have my hands just inside my front leg. I don't want to be here. That's kind of ridiculous. Then I'm not necessarily brushing, I'm kind of popping. However, if I'm here, now I can still get that brushing motion. Okay? And through all this, what am I feeling with my lower body and my momentum? That I'm going forward like the egg toss. I'm not going way out here to like I'm falling or I'm losing balance, but I am also making sure that I feel like that I'm getting my momentum going towards the target where I want it to go. So before we break up, I have 4 different stations here, Okay, each station has approximately 10 golf balls. I would like you to hit at least 2 stations. Okay, preferably 3. Let's see how many we can hit here, and let's kind of go back through our points. Our point number 1 when we're chipping, we're going to start with our lever system. Chipping is a 1 lever motion regardless of club. Our point number 2 is going to be our egg toss. And we use our egg toss for 2 reasons. One, it's using our eyes so I know how far I want to bring the golf club back. And it's number 2, using that so that even though it's not a long motion, I can feel my hands, or I can feel my body going towards the target and not going backwards. And then number 3, we want to make sure that our hands are now set up so that they're slightly in front of the ball. No, no, yes. And you'll be able to identify that by slight shaft angle. And number 4, what's the last thing?
I'm stuck in the golf ball spot.
Brush the grass. When in doubt, all else fails when you're chipping. As far as I'm concerned, brush the grass. Anybody have any questions? Yes.
So I've heard 2 theories about chipping. Like one is never torque your wrist at the end, and the other one says torque it on the wrist.
Well, I would say that you could consider this to be a lever. Myself, with me, it's a lever. Personally, it's a lever. I'll get my wrist involved, and that's kind of where I go with my pitch shots. Is that I'll get that lever going. I mean, I'm like this. So kind of think of it in those terms. If you want to chip the ball, get the ball on the ground as quickly as possible and rolling to the hole, which is the goal of chipping. That's precisely why we chip, is to get the ball on the ground as quickly as possible and get it rolling. I would try to take that lever out. But pitching, if you're better here or if you're better here, that's something, again, as we get into, we could specifically take a look at that. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, guys, let's go ahead and each of us go to a station, and as we chip, we're going to chip towards our target in the middle, and I want you guys to try to land the ball in the same place every time, and don't chip from the same place every time. I would like to maybe hit 3 or 4 shots from here, go back a couple of steps, hit a couple of shots from here, go back a couple of steps, hit a couple of shots from here, trying again to land the ball in the same place. Okay?